introduce the instrument which is missing. There's plenty, but one was supposed to be there, and it's an organ, a church organ basically. We built the organ a couple of years ago, and the organ is very quiet, so it has to be backstage, and there's a long cable connecting the keyboard to the organ, and there's also microphones in the backstage, so sometimes we hear what the venue crew is up to, showering or having a conversation about, let's say, a Netflix series. And yeah, that can all happen. This is live on air, it's fun. But it would be more fun if you see the organ. That's why I mentioned it, because you heard it before, and it doesn't really sound like an organ, it sounds more like a pan flute generator. You get it, right? The Peruvian pan flute robot. I didn't want that, I wanted an organ, and when you play very short notes it sounds like a pan flute, and so on my record it's a lot of that, and I got a lot of reviews about the great pan flute sounds, and so I can call myself a pan flute pioneer, and thank you. Thank you very much. Because it's very hard to make use of the pan flute, because most people don't like it. They actually hate it, you know. They don't like it, like the bagpipe from Scotland, you know, the instrument which sounds like a war. And then there's other really cruel instruments, like very high flutes, the piccolo flute, you know, the very small, tiny flute, which like sounds like a dog bell or dog whistle, and you have to, yeah, somehow still compose for these instruments, because there's still people playing them, and so yeah, it is up to the composer to just kind of hide these instruments somewhere in the orchestra, so they don't ever play a solo. Wouldn't be a good idea, but maybe you can just cover the piccolo flute with a nice violin melody and multi-layer basically, and then the piccolo flute is just like a timbre, you say, or just like a little bit of a icing of a cake. And so I want to do the opposite. I want to expose the stupid instrument I built, like a cruel sounding instrument like the pan flute robot. So we kind of like see what happens if you just play a really evil instrument solo. Didn't win a Grammy yet. The fun thing is, though, what I explained with the orchestra, you know, you have these silly sounding instruments, they sound like nothing when you play them by themselves, but then the only thing you have to do is just get a cool instrument like a violin or like a bass or cello or whatever. Trumpet can be cool, some people disagree. Get some cool instrument, like we try that. I just try to find a good sound. I usually have pretty good sounds, this is the only one which is difficult. So now we just blend it a little bit here. Oh. This is a typical cool sound, I would say. Easygoing, you know. Like a cool cat standing in the corner. Tight Italian suit, Versace, you know, like nice glasses, and sharp guy, just made a hair. Never wears a helmet because it ruins the hair. That type of dude, you get a picture. And now he has to have a conversation with maybe, let's say, a computer programmer nerd from MIT. So, very easy, you know, the MIT guy, remember, has no coolness. But on the other hand, the cool Versace guy is a little bit boring, you know, like after a while, he's doing his thing, you're like, ah yeah, I got it, you know. But if you now like compare the two, it sounds like a promising